Hello, this is Dr. Linda Martinez-Louie. I'm the host of the Narcissist in Your Life podcast, a clinical expert on the narcissistic personality, a psychotherapist and author. I help individuals who have been psychologically abused by predatory narcissistic personalities. I analyze the interpsychic structure of the family of origin and of the individual. And I work through my books, international telephone consultations, and global podcasts. I put the emphasis on helping individuals to recover, heal, and evolve by accessing the parasympathetic body-mind systems that focus on the restoration of the true authentic self and the full use of your many unique creative gifts. I want to speak with you about annihilative narcissistic mother wound. The narcissistic mother is a non-parent, callous, cold, neglectful, self-absorbed. Narcissistic mothers throw their children to the winds of fate, unconcerned about how they will cope or survive. A child who is emotionally and psychologically neglected never feels safe inside. There is no genuine attachment to this non-mothering figure. When the narcissistic mother is annihilative, the child lives in a constant state of fear and terror. The sympathetic fight-or-flight mode, adrenaline races through the child's nervous system continually as a defense against this dangerous enemy, mother, who is supposed to protect her young baby and child, but has become the enemy. In the case of the mother and the little child, it is not possible for this individual to feel safe. The narcissistic mother is unable to form a psychological bond with her child, and therefore there is no real attachment. In some instances, the father or another family member is able to come in and provide warmth, affection, and some attachment for this little child. The narcissistic mother is disgusted by her child's spontaneity. D.W. Winnicott, the great psychoanalyst, speaks of the mother who is not good enough and cannot accept and encourage her baby's unique individuality and insists that her child comply with her, the mother's own needs, demands, and expectation. And you see this in the narcissistic mother's facial expressions and body movements. She wants nothing to do with her child. She finds this kid to be worthless and demanding, a total burden. I have heard so many horrid stories from little kids that are now adults that were raised by narcissistic mothers. They speak of how terrified they were at night, afraid to close their eyes to go to sleep, wondering if mother was going to come down the hall. They could hear her footsteps and going into their rooms and accusing them or screaming at them in some very frightening way. It's very difficult for these children to fall asleep at night and to stay asleep. The unprocessed mother wound trauma goes deeply into the unconscious of the child and is expressed in a variety of ways. For some, it is projected onto others through rage, suspicions, indicative of the fact that this child, and later on the adult, has a complete absence of basic trust. In other instances, however, you have individuals who feel anxious much of the time as adults with a generalized anxiety or panic disorder or depressive disorders of different kinds. The child who suffers as a result of the narcissistic mother wound tends to choose partners who are emotionally and psychologically detached and are incapable of forming warm, protective, and loving relationships. Living with a narcissistic mother wound can manifest in extreme oxidative stress that can lead to imbalances in the body-mind systems. I give so much credit to children, now adults, who were raised by annihilative, narcissistic mothers. Some of them have been able to preserve their true, authentic selves. They rescued that essential part of themselves early on and now still have that embedded deep inside of them, which is truly remarkable. How does a person recover and heal from the imprint of the narcissistic mother wound? Recognize that you are the precious child of an annihilative, narcissistic mother. Give yourself credit for surviving as an authentic self. You raised yourself. You have developed a conscience and a fine character. You have many unique creative gifts. You are deeply kind and compassionate and empathic. Claim your precious, unique individuality by daily self-care, eating really pure food, organic if you possibly can, good hydration, movement and exercise that works for you, beauty in every form, especially nature, listening to beautiful music, which is very parasympathetic. You want to move into the parasympathetic body-mind systems as often as you can. As a child, you are not able to do this because you were in survival mode at all times, fight or flight. Now, you can rest, restore, evolve, and transform in the parasympathetic body-mind systems. Basic forms of yoga are very, very helpful in putting the individual into the parasympathetic mode. Come up with your form of meditation and or prayer that works for you. And make full use of all of your creative gifts. You have many of them. Allow these capacities inside of you to develop and to manifest themselves every day. I have deep respect for individuals who have been through the hells of these kinds of childhoods and have retrieved themselves, rescued themselves from this, and live in the true, authentic self. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Healing After the Narcissist, and you can go to my website, thenarcissistinyourlife.com, and receive for free a PDF of 2 chapters of my book, Recovering and Healing After the Narcissist. And you can purchase my books, Recovering and Healing After the Narcissist, through Amazon and many other outlets, and freed yourself from the narcissist in your life. And if you're interested in a telephone consultation, you can sign up on the contact form on my website. I deeply appreciate the time that we share during these podcasts, and I look forward to speaking with you in the near future.